not the universe. Please welcome Miss Barrie, Hattie Hayridge, Llewellyn. That was Mrs. Should we project? Can you hear us? Like this?
No, they won't be able to hear us. Can you hear us? No.
Hello. Is that better?
Yeah.
Real nature, yes, I like to see you. Voice check, 1, 2, 3. That's all right.
Clear. Good afternoon, everybody. Good afternoon, Gloucester.
So, my first question really is, why is records so popular? It's huge, successful, global phenomenon. What makes it so successful?
It's Chris. It's all down to Chris because he's so gorgeous. And everybody loves him, especially me, Chris.
I'm often stuck for words, and this is another occasion where I'm stuck for words. Look, I think it's just the chemistry. Combination of the chemistry between the actors and most importantly, I think, the writing that never fails to develop and just seems to get better and better and more creative. That's down to our supreme members, the DWARF. So, would you agree, Bob?
I would agree 100%. That's what it is. Because we always say to him, it's the writing that makes it go. And he says, no, it's not, because if it wasn't for the chemistry and you guys, you wouldn't be able to write it. So it's obviously a combination.
It's a combination of all those things. Hattie, anything to add?
Well, Bob, what was the question? Oh, yeah, what was it? It's the writing and the characters and the writer copy the actors and follow them into the canteen and the toilets and listening to them and things like that. And because it was written with real heart and soul, it wasn't just written, oh, what would a target audience of say 10-year-olds to 24 really like, which is what they try and do now. It was written because they wanted to write it, and it was written because they loved comedy and sci-fi and pastiche, which is a popular artistic thing, and because they loved their subject, and they loved it when they were writing it, and it kind of comes through really.
Hattie, were you quite nervous when you joined? Because you would have been the only female series regular at the time. Were you quite nervous as well?
No, I was just going to be in one episode originally in Parallel Universe, just playing with female colleagues and women's colleagues. So I was only just meant to be in that one. And then they take a long time between writing each series. So between series 2 and 3, things changed. Llewellyn moved to Edinburgh, he might have even got married, he got offered his own show, so he had to take that chance. So then they needed a new colleague, and I had to audition, so I didn't get it automatically or anything. And then I turned up, they gave me a bit of script from backwards. And I read it, and they said, and I laughed, and they said, yeah, can you read it out loud? Because I read it to myself. And then they looked at each other and said, yeah, I think we found out done properly.
Thank you. Robert, the Crichton philosophy has changed a little for the new series, and it's had a little bit of And there was a lot of people on Twitter saying, oh, how can they do this, blah, blah, blah. But is the new costume easier to get into?
No. it is slightly different. It has some additional midriff sections that make it a bit bigger. Harder. The amount of Crichton's gone tummy comments about it. But I mean, the unusual thing about this is the most recent series, always in the past, was the mask was made of foreign rubber, very absorbent. So if I spilt any cheese sauce or curry at lunch, it would be brilliant. So I didn't eat for all the years of it, which meant I generally lost a bit of weight during Red Dwarf. This time I didn't eat anything because it's a different material that's made of silicone rubber. So if I splodged curry all over the mask, lovely makeup and sounding just wipe it with a wet wipe, all done, back on. So I've absolutely brought it out. Brilliant. I was even nicking bits of Craig's curry and Chris's chips at lunch. So that was very good. So it's the first time I've been able to eat lunch in 27 years. So, but I mean, they are always, there are sort of different, it's a different mask every day. So every time I put masks on, they're destroyed when they take them off. And they're called to bits because they sort of rip them off. And so it's a new mask every day, but it's also a new mould every time. And this one was a 3D printed head. So I had my head printed. And it fitted much better than before. So it's the best fitting one I ever had. Really good.
Thank you. Chris, on the subject of costumes, your costume has evolved over time, going from, where is he, from that. Would you like to stand up, sir?
Well, there's been 2 or 3 superb series ones.
Yes, there's been a few of them now. And so also now, the sort of costume that you wear now, which is more sort of spacey, sci-fi, that kind of thing. Do you have a preference?
Yeah, well, the thing with the new ones, they're trying to go for this straight, very sort of straight, unprintable sort of look, you know, which doesn't always work, unfortunately. It relies on the need to stand for, you know, this particular way. So I prefer the series one, you know, sort of Army and Navy stores, kind of £2.99, much easier on the budget as well, of course, you know. So yeah, I prefer that because, you know, obviously we're looking through various incarnations, and there's been opportunities for costumes, some of which have been good, and some of which are comfortable, and some of which have been not so.
You like the vegan dress costume best? Where is it?
I love the vegan dress. I think we should be in the vegan dress all the time. And you have this little. But no, it was the Demons and Angels outfit that made it so quickly they stuck that pin still in it and stuck it in my hip.
Thank you. I need to ask you, we are in a leisure site, so members of the audience.
Yes! Yeah, nice to see you, Gloucester. Nice to be expecting the leisure centre tonight. All right. The question that I do get asked is, are you coming back in some shape or form? And the answer I have to unfortunately give is that we did try and bring it back during the Renaissance of things like Barrie being served and everything of the coronation. But one of the writers decided not to throw the toys out of the proverbial pram, really. Didn't want to be involved anymore. So, and the other writer never wants to work in television ever again. Can't blame him. Sometimes I got those. Obviously, UK TV in the day has been tremendous to us. And who knows, we might even possibly one day have to don the very, not quite as comfortable as that outfit, but still quite comfortable anyway, I think again.
Fantastic. And on the subject of things going live, there's always been speculations of Red Dwarf and stage show. Would you guys have to do anything up for it?
It's certainly something we've discussed at great lengths, but I think, and we would be very happy to do it, but I think there's so many, the history of Red Dwarf, you know, on the screen is long, the history of Red Dwarf behind the scenes with production companies, producers, people who've got a stake in it is horrible legal difficulty, but we have nothing to do with it, we know it's there. And I think that's, and moment it would require so many people supporting it, you're giving yourself out to do it. It's not complicated to a thing. I mean, I think we're all up for doing it if it ever came up.
Okay, thank you very much. As we've got loads of people in here, I can't believe how many of you there are. Anybody got any questions? Raise your hands. I will go running around like a headless chicken. Right, I'm going to go all the way over here first. I've got a question for Ollie. I don't see you do much in your test. Are you related to Pam Harris in any way? Pam Harris?
Am I related to my parents? No. That's a short answer to that.
Any questions? Let's go to you, sir. Chris, can you do a Kenneth Williams impression, please?
Didn't I do that? Yes, in that case, I do it again. Sorry. I can hear you. When that Barbara Wilson, she once said to me, "Oh, Mr. Prickhouse, this is not too far from Kenny." And she's right. Mr. Prickhouse is like this. There's a little bit of nasality there, but to go from Mr. Prickhouse and just take control about getting like everything, get rid of everything, roll out that relax the nostrils, you're back to golden. Yeah.
What's this? What's that? Oh, it's an off-duty Czechoslovakian traffic warden. It's one tiny bit, because obviously Czechoslovakia, is no longer a country. It is now the Czech Republic and the Slovak Republic. Never mind, we don't need to get bogged down in the details, do we, sir?
One of the disappointing things when the series finished on BBC was it kind of hinted out there was no real conclusion when then. Thankfully we've got a second chance to put that right. Do you think this time around is it the right time that there may be some kind of conclusion to the story or somewhere in my head?
I think, thanks for that easy question. Well, I think, straight up, I did hear Doug say quite recently he doesn't really want to end it. He just wants to sort of, write it in, I don't know, he should write it in, because you never know what happens beyond. Is this, so yeah, I honestly believe he won't write a proper ending. I think, when it ends, for what reason or another. So, but I know what you mean, like Series 8, the death of the guts of the balls or whatever. But yeah, no, I don't think he'll want to write an ending. Do you want to say anything? Well, he'll just end for one reason or another.
Any other questions?
Will there ever be a chance of Tommy the Toaster?
Tommy Twister, sir.
We're not at liberty to say whether Torquay comes back or not in either series, which basically is a way of saying we may go into an old junk room and find something under a box.
Rainbow ship where Red Dwarf will start winterlocking into Hayridge or Gloucester?
I mean, we definitely love shooting on Starbucks. It's a very unique sort of set and very unusual. And it always gets blown up and always things exploding. And it's sort of, when I first started Red Dwarf, it reminded me of being at school when I was quite a goody goody. But the bad boys made me laugh. But the bad boys were made to sit at the front. And then they do something naughty, but the teacher didn't see them do it, and they turn around and see me laughing, and I get in trouble. And that happened exactly like that on Red Dwarf so many times. Craig would do something I think you could call socially outrageous. Or Danny would say something profoundly inappropriate, and I'd be giggling away, and then they go out to it, and I'm like, come on Robert, come on, get together. So that seems to be but I do love working on stuff.
Yeah, Starbuck is the one really. We're sitting down. Bobby and I have the rubber seats there. Less opportunity for various things. But you know, Red Dwarf good, lots of corridor scenes, lots of different set, more space to move around. But it was Blue Midget. Whatever happened to Blue Midget? We never get any scenes there, do we? Probably too small, which is 50. But yeah, probably Starbuck is the one.
Thank you. You've got a question, Lisa? Favourite smeg up outtake? What's your favourite smeg up outtake?
Favourite smeg up outtake while I think of an answer, Bobby?
Yeah, I'm trying to think now. I mean, there have been quite a lot. There's been a lot in the new series. Old Trapped, yeah, but I mean, that's there's been, I've done so many, but picking one that is a classic. I mean, I think that might have been actually in Series 10, but I remember doing quite a long speech and getting it right. And then during the take, being so surprised, I went, and totally blew it and had to do it all again. So that's happened quite a few times. I can't remember a sort of, there's been so many that's the top, I can't remember a specific one that we did well.
Well, when I do a screw up with the lines, very often, I just tend to go into Pepper Williams. So, which you've heard, but I'll do again. I tend to sort of go, Crichton, you're competing total. Having a multitude of problems,
Okay, any questions?
What's your favourite line that's not said by your own character?
Sorry, I heard the first bit of that question. What's it called?
What's your favourite line said by another character in Red Dwarf?
Line said by another character in Red Dwarf. Oh dear. There are loads of them. There are thousands of them. In fact, they're all my favourites. Said by someone else. But Robert, you've got your voices now. I'm still on the microphone, am I? Humpty Tum, co-production server, favourite line. We watch an episode of Red Dwarf, I can't find for each character. One of my favourites is of course the cat, when it says, oh, six of my nipples and take you! It's embarrassing to sometimes. I always make a vow I'm going to take these questions down. Because usually questions, what's the favourite line of your character said, which I've got a few prepared. But, when you come up with such standards.
My very great favourite line is, I am senior acting commanding officer Rimmer. Well, we got longer and longer than that. Oh, is it? Well, that was a favourite when I did Endless Lists. And I'm in the Spaceport Directors. Yeah, but it's very, I mean, there is so many, it's very hard to pick that up. Literally, your bonk anything was a classic. It took a long time to get that done out, but it was very fun.
Chris, I've got a question for you. members of playing Ace Rimmer? You members of playing Ace Rimmer?
Members of playing Ace Rimmer, great week in series 4, I think it was, the Dimension Shop when we first met him. And yeah, just brilliant to meet, to a release for me to be a winner, you know, and popular, you know, compared to normal winners who's a bit not so there's another line by another character, you're a terrible sniper. You know, it's like, that's supposed to be said millions of times, you know. But yeah, remember Ace was just great fun to sort of play, probably the nearest I ever have gone to play James Bond, I guess, you know, it was, what a guy, you know, and what a guy, rubbish, that's what I was funny, so I do retire. But yeah, playing Ace was, whatever, put the voice down a bit deeper, and, you know, just be a general overall winner and a successful person. That's the great fun.
Thank you. I've got a question. Can you shout? I'll pass the mic up. There we go.
Is there any chance of PD making a return?
Any chance of...
Really, no. I'm not under contract, so I can say I'm not in Series 11 or 12. It's in Series 5, so you might be watching repeats thinking I'm still in it, but I'm not. I'm glad they're repeating it, because even I sometimes think I'm still in it.
Do you prefer the old special effects or the new special effects? The old special effects or the new special effects?
Oh, they're old special effects. It was just the SFX blokes dressed up in rubber on their days off.
all the new special effects, for me, it's my sort of being a Luddite, they're the lot of shots. But you've got to have a bit of CGI, some CGI is okay, but yeah, balance between the two when it works best is best.
A lot of the ships for this series are models, they're not, it's not CGI, so it's a combination of the two. But I mean, the Samsara going on the sea is a great big ship going in a massive tank of water as part of the studio, so that was, you know, that was real water splashing, wasn't CGI water. But I mean, I think generally the special, the kind of explosions and that stuff is slightly better now from our point of view because they actually go off when they're meant to, rather than totally randomly like they used to. We get blown across the set. You know, there's been one sequence that particularly Danny and I suffered from, which was a big explosion on Starbuck, and we were prepared to do our sort of explosion type acting. You know, before board. We didn't need to do any acting. We were blown right across the set. That was the big air cannon that Peter Red did. And Danny got quite hurt. He got bits of cork stuck in his face. I wasn't hurt, but the back of Brian's head was embedded with cork, bits of cork. But there's been hours picking up. I didn't feel it. I was protected. It certainly was one of the larger puffs of air I've stood in. It was a very big puff of air.
Going back to the sled-ups, we wanted to ask that point a bit. I don't know if it was either you, Robert, or you, Chris, used to say the word extraordinary in the funny way. And I'm going to ask, could we please have that now?
Well, it came from Chris's impression of David Coleman, who would be doing his sports roundup on what was that show that he used to do on Saturday afternoon? Grandstand, that's right. And he'd be there and then be going and Manchester, oh, extraordinary! Newcastle's got through into the first division. That's my impression. But now Chris can do it. My impression of Chris did.
Grandstand, how soon we forget? Just briefly, we done a spinning image back in the 80s, and David Goldberg, you go, Glory, what's your scores going for the teleprint, so that's the thing. And he didn't do the because there was nothing coming through. What happened on with one? Leads two. Interesting there.
We've got time for
Strawberry. So I've got a strawberry, yeah. Strawberry.
We've got time for 2 more questions. Will you come to you, sir?
For Chris, at what point did you realise that the series was a huge success and Rimmel was going to be with you forever? And people totally sniff him and just really knows it.
Well, when we first started doing series 1, I really did think, well, this is just going to die a death, or there's going to be, you know, a cult audience building up, a little bit like Hitchcock, I think, Guardians of the Galaxy. We're going to get some sort of, you know, back in those days, there was an opportunity to play a lot of great instant ratings first, and then they'll give them a chance. I don't think that's happening today, I would say, necessarily. But it was something about the first series that I knew that the audience out there somewhere, and that audience would love it. And then when we started to do series 2, in the studio, the fans really were onto it. By the time we got to series 3, there was strong studio audiences, you know, which were, you know, it seemed like we had to sort of stop recording because they were right at it. So, yeah, I think by the end of 1, I knew something else.
Studio audience, it was about as many as this, as many as you hear now, in the same sort of, you know, break seating. And with the sets along here.
What was your favourite episode? Yes.
My favourite episode, well, Dimension Jump has to be up there. In Series 4, which was the juxtaposition between Ace and Norman Rimmer. Marooned in Series 3, where it was a nice, almost a small play from Mr. and River there. Bobby and Danny had a nice easy evening then. They went out into the snow. And more recently, I think Series 10, Levens was probably a good one. Trojan was a good one for River, but Levens was probably the best out of that series. And so far in Series 11, it's hard to call really, but 20 was certainly a very good visual, great sort of tech back all the thing he's done so well and some great performances. So sometimes it's easy to pick which is not the ones that I would like best, but those 4 or 5 give me great certainly.
I would say Marooned in Dimension Jump, so I suppose I should say Whitehall because I had a different costume and different hairdo, which really excited the costume department and the makeup department. So for that reason alone, I have to say
It's very hard. I mean, back to reality, that was very funny and some very silly sequences that we rehearsed for weeks, the arches and all that sort of things. But in there was some definite favourites. One that has been called 2 at my broadcast today that I think have potential for all-time favourite bits. Some very funny moments of those. I mean, obviously for me, really my initiation into Red Dwarf was the shrinking boxer shorts. That's when I kind of realised, oh, this isn't just another show that's mildly music. This is something else, because that took so long to film that bit. I was tugging at Craig Charles's groin for what seemed like weeks. With a massive vacuum attachment attached to my groin on socket, perfectly normal. Why is that funny?
and they had to keep refilming that, not because it was wrong, but because the audience were laughing so much, it was taking so long to get the line out. So they had to keep refilming it until the audience, you know, weren't laughing so much and kind of got over it. But in the end they had to go with it because they never got over it.
And in that scene, it's one of the most well-known scenes, the whole thing. I was waiting to come on. You know, while Bobby's just standing there, sir, the audience were going hysterical because I was waiting to come on to say, Lister, you'll bump anything. Which, you know, I mean, how long did I, you know, I mean, I just did not know whether to sort of exactly was one of those. So, anyway, seeing that.
Thank you. I'm afraid time has eaten us. The guests are still signing. There are photo opportunities downstairs. But before we go, who is the biggest snakehead in the world? Don't say that.
I've got the mic again. Well, it's got to be Lister.
It's River, isn't it?
I could suggest someone who hasn't yet featured in the report, Mr. Donald. In the previous
Unfortunately, the American elections are split between two snakeheads. Surely, the $300 million plus is going to buy two other people.